Rain hammered the emergency room windows like fists, demanding entry. Emma Wilson's hands trembled as she checked her wallet. 3 crumpled dollar bills. 7 days until payday. She closed her eyes and thought of her mother's medication, still unpaid at the pharmacy. Emma. Dr. Sanders barked. Homeless guy by the entrance? Chest pains. Through the chaos, she spotted him. Mid-30s soaked through, clutching his ribs. His clothes were torn and muddy, but something about his eyes stopped her cold. They weren't vacant or defeated. They were watching, calculating. Another freeloader, Janelle muttered, shoving past her. Let him wait. Emma's jaw tightened. She crossed the floor and knelt beside him, ignoring the puddle soaking through her scrubs. Sir, I'm Emma. Can you breathe? He looked at her like she'd spoken a foreign language. Like kindness was something he'd forgotten existed. I can help you, she whispered. His voice came out rough. Why? Because you're human. She helped him into a wheelchair, feeling every muscle in her exhausted body scream. 16 hours. She'd been on her feet for 16 hours. And now she was fighting for a man the rest of the staff had already written off, in the exam room. She wrapped a towel around his shoulders. His skin was cold, his pulse racing. But when she took his hand to check his vitals, she froze. His palms were smooth. Too smooth? No calluses. No weathered roughness? This man hadn't been living on the streets? Who are you? She asked quietly. He closed his eyes. Someone testing a theory. What theory? Whether anyone still cares? Thunder cracked outside. The lights flickered. Emma grabbed the only food she had, crackers and juice from the vending machine. Her last $3. Her dinner. She placed them in his hands. Eat. He stared at the food, then at her. Something cracked in his expression. Something raw and broken. You just gave me your last meal, didn't you? She didn't answer. Why would you do that? His voice was barely audible. Emma met his gaze. Because I know what it's like to be invisible. For a moment, neither of them moved. Then he whispered for words that sent ice down her spine. You don't know me? Then tell me your name. He opened his mouth, then stopped. His eyes went dark. I can't. Before Emma could respond, Dr. Sanders yanked the curtain back. Wilson, we need you now. She was pulled into the whirlwind of the ER, but his words echoed in her mind. Hours later, as dawn broke through the storm clouds, she returned to his room. The bed was empty. He was gone. On the pillow lay a folded piece of paper and something else. She picked it up, her breath catching, a plain gold ring. She unfolded the note. 3 words in elegant handwriting, I'll find you. Emma's hands shook as footsteps approached behind her. Looking for your mystery patient? Janelle's voice dripped with sarcasm. Guess he didn't want to stick around for the bill? Emma barely heard her. She was staring at the ring, at the note, her mind spinning. Who was he? And why did it feel like her entire life had just shifted off its axis? The hospital intercom crackled. Another emergency. Another shift. Emma slipped the ring into her pocket and walked back into the chaos, unaware that 3 months from now, everything would shatter. 3 months passed like a fever dream. Emma's life spiraled downward. Her mother's condition worsened. The medical bills multiplied. She worked double shifts until her hands shook and her vision blurred. But it was never enough. The ring stayed hidden in her drawer. She'd take it out some nights, turning it over in the lamplight, wondering if she'd imagined the whole thing. Then he walked through the hospital doors. But this version wore a tailored charcoal suit that probably cost more than her yearly salary. His hair was cut sharp, his jaw clean-shaven. Confidence radiated from him like heat. Emma was mid-stride with a patient chart when she saw him. The clipboard slipped from her fingers, clattering against the tile. He stopped. Their eyes met across the crowded hallway. Emma Wilson. His voice was different, stronger. But it was him. She couldn't breathe. You. He crossed the distance between them in seconds. Up close, she could see the same haunted look buried beneath the polished exterior. I need to speak with you. Privately. I'm working, please. That word, soft and desperate, made her cave. She led him to an empty consultation room, her heart hammering against her ribs. The door clicked shut. "Who are you?" she demanded. "Really? Adrian Cross." The name hit her like a slap. Adrian Cross. She'd seen it in the news. Real estate mogul. Self-made billionaire. Recently embroiled in a massive corporate scandal. "He lied to me." "I disguised myself," he corrected. "There's a difference. You let me give you my last meal while you probably had millions in the bank." His jaw clenched. "I needed to know." "Know what?" "If anyone would help me when I had nothing." His voice cracked. 6 months ago, my business partner tried to destroy me, stole from me, framed me. Everyone I trusted turned their backs the moment things got ugly. I became paranoid, hollow. So I tested people, dozens of them, and his hands curled into fists. "I'm not an experiment. You weren't supposed to be different." He stepped closer, his eyes burning. "But you were. You gave me everything you had. You treated me like I mattered when I was nobody. You were never nobody. To everyone else I was." Silence stretched between them, electric and suffocating. "Why are you here?" Emma finally asked. Adrian pulled something from his pocket. A small velvet box. Her stomach dropped. "I've spent 3 months trying to forget you," he said. "I've dated actresses, models, socialites. None of them looked at me the way you did that night. None of them saw me. Adrian, I don't marry me." The words detonated in the small room. Emma laughed, a sharp, disbelieving sound. "You're insane. I'm serious. You don't know me. I know you're drowning in debt. I know your mother needs treatment you can't afford. I know you work yourself to the bone and still go hungry." His voice softened. "I know you're the only person in 3 months who made me feel human." Emma's vision blurred. "You investigated me? I wanted to help. This isn't help. This is buying someone. I'm offering you a solution." He opened the box. A diamond ring sat inside, flawless and cold. 1 year? A marriage contract. I'll cover all your mother's medical expenses, pay off your debts, set you up for life. After 1 year, we divorce quietly. You get a settlement. Everyone wins. Everyone wins." Emma's voice rose. "You want to purchase a fake wife? I want to give you the life you deserve, based on 1 night. Based on the fact that you're the only real thing I've encountered in years." Emma stared at the ring, her mind screaming. This was wrong, transactional, twisted. But her mother's face flashed through her mind. The pain, the deterioration, the fear in her eyes every time she asked about the cost of her next treatment. "Why me?" Emma whispered. "Really?" Adrian's mask cracked. "Because when I was nobody, you saw me. And I can't stop thinking about what it would be like if someone actually stayed." The vulnerability in his voice nearly broke her. She said, "I know. It's wrong. I know. I should say, no, but you won't." Yes. Hands trembled as she reached for the ring box, not taking it, just touching the edge. 1 year. 1 year? And then we're done? Adrian's expression flickered, something dark crossing his features, before he masked it. "And then you're free." Emma closed her eyes. She thought of her mother, her debt, her exhaustion. She thought of the man in rags who'd whispered, "You don't know me." It was right. She didn't. But maybe she was just as broken as he was. Okay. The word hung in the air like a confession. Adrian's eyes widened. "You mean it? 1 year contract? Then we're done." He slipped the ring onto her finger. It fit perfectly, cold and heavy. "You won't regret this," he said. But as Emma looked into his eyes, she saw something he was hiding, something he wasn't saying. And deep in her gut, she knew this was either the best or worst decision of her life. "When?" she asked. "This weekend. That's 3 days." "I know." Emma pulled her hand back, the ring glinting under the fluorescent lights. "Adrian, what aren't you telling me?" His phone buzzed. He glanced at it, and his entire body went rigid. "I have to go." Wait, but he was already at the door. "Saturday." 2 p.m. I'll send a car. And he was gone, leaving Emma alone with a diamond ring and a cascade of questions. She looked down at her hand. What had she just agreed to? The door opened. Janelle poked her head in. Who is that? He's gorgeous. Emma twisted the ring, her stomach churning. My fiancé. Janelle's jaw dropped. Emma walked past her, back into the chaos of the ER, feeling like she'd just signed a deal with someone who might save her or ruin her. She wouldn't know which until it was too late. The wedding was sterile. A courthouse ceremony with 2 witnesses Adrian hired. Emma wore a simple white dress she'd owned for years. He wore the same charcoal suit from the hospital. When the judge asked if she took Adrian Cross as her lawfully wedded husband, Emma's voice barely rose above a whisper. I do. His grip on her hand was too tight, like he was afraid she'd vanish. They signed papers. It was done. That night, Adrian's penthouse became her cage. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooked the glittering city, but Emma felt trapped behind glass. The space was massive and cold, all marble and steel. Your mother's treatment starts tomorrow, Adrian said, loosening his tie. I've arranged for the best specialists. Thank you. He turned. You don't have to thank me. That was the deal. Still, something shifted in his expression. Softer. More human. Are you okay? I married a stranger for money. I'm fantastic. A ghost of a smile touched his lips. At least you're honest. That makes one of us. The smile died. Weeks blurred together. Adrian worked obsessively, vanishing before dawn and returning after midnight. When they crossed paths, the air crackled with unspoken tension. Emma caught him watching her sometimes, his gaze hungry and confused, like he was trying to solve a puzzle. She started finding things. Small gestures. Her favorite coffee waiting in the morning. Books she'd mentioned once appearing on her nightstand. A new laptop to replace her dying one. You don't have to do this, she told him one evening. Do what? Pretend to care. Adrian set down his glass of whiskey, his eyes dark. What if I'm not pretending? The question hung between them like a live wire. Don't, Emma whispered. Don't. What? Complicate this. Kay crossed to her, close enough that she could smell his cologne, feel his heat. It's already complicated. It was complicated the moment you handed me those crackers. Adrian, tell me you don't feel this. She did feel it. The pull. The electricity. The way her heart raced when he entered a room. But this wasn't real. It was a transaction. It doesn't matter what I feel, she said. It's the only thing that matters. He leaned in, his lips inches from hers. Emma's phone shattered the moment. Ringing sharp and urgent, she grabbed it. Hello? Emma Wilson. An unfamiliar woman's voice. Yes. This is Rebecca Chen. I'm a reporter with the Herald. I'd like to ask you some questions about your marriage to Adrian Cross. Ice flooded Emma's veins. How did you get this number? Is it true you were broke when he proposed? That you married him 3 days after he walked into your hospital? Emma's hands shook. No comment. She hung up. Adrian's face had gone white. What did they say? They know everything. That's impossible. I was careful. Her phone rang again. Different number. Then again and again. Adrian grabbed his laptop, typing furiously. His face drained of color. What? Emma demanded. What is it? He turned the screen toward her. The headline screamed across the news site. Billionaire's secret marriage, gold digger nurse, or true love? Below it, photos. Her and Adrian at the courthouse. Her mother's medical records. Her bank statements showing a balance of $43. Emma's legs gave out. She collapsed onto the couch. How? Adrian's jaw clenched. Marcus. Who's Marcus? My former business partner? The one who tried to destroy me? His voice turned venomous. This is his endgame. He's been watching. Waiting. Emma's vision blurred. He said no one would know. You promised this would be private. I thought you thought wrong. She stood, ripping the ring from her finger. It clattered onto the marble floor. This is over. Whatever this was, it's done. Emma, wait, no. Her voice cracked. You dragged me into your war. You used me. That's not the penthouse intercom buzzed. Adrian's assistant's voice came through, panicked. Sir, there are reporters in the lobby. Security can't hold them much longer. Emma grabbed her jacket. I'm leaving. You can't go out there. They'll tear you apart. Better than staying here. She headed for the door. Adrian blocked her path. Move, she said. Listen to me. I know how this looks. It looks like you're exactly what everyone said you were. A manipulative billionaire who bought himself a wife for good PR. Pain flashed across his face. You don't believe that? I don't know what to believe. Believe that He stopped. Whatever he was about to say died on his lips. Emma waited. What? What? Nothing. Forget it. Say it. It doesn't matter. Then let me go. For a long moment, they stared at each other. Emma's heart hammered. Part of her wanted him to fight, to prove this was more than a transaction. Instead, Adrian stepped aside. The space where he'd stood felt like a wound. Emma walked through the door without looking back. She made it 3 blocks before the first reporter found her. Then, another. They swarmed like locusts, shoving microphones in her face, cameras flashing. Did you seduce him for his money? How much is he paying you? Are you pregnant? Emma pushed through them, tears streaming down her face. Her phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. You should have stayed away from him. Now you'll both pay. Emma's blood turned to ice, then she saw it. Across the street, a black SUV with tinted windows idling at the curb. Watching, she ran behind her. Someone screamed. She didn't stop until she reached her old apartment, lungs burning, vision spotty inside. She locked every lock and sank to the floor. Her phone rang. Adrian. She almost didn't answer. What? Are you safe? His voice was ragged. What do you care? Emma, please. I need to know you're okay. I'm fine. We're done. Send me the divorce papers. Silence, Adrian. He's going to come after you. His voice dropped. Marcus doesn't just destroy me. He destroys everything I care about. Good thing you don't actually care about me then. You're wrong, am I? Yes. The word came out strangled. I was trying to protect you. That's why I kept my distance. That's why I didn't what? Didn't tell you the truth? Emma's breath caught. What truth? That this stopped being fake the moment you agreed. The line went dead. Emma stared at her phone, her world tilting. Then she heard it. A knock at her door, soft, deliberate. A voice through the wood, smooth and cold. Emma Wilson. Open up. We need to talk about your husband. She recognized the voice from the text. Marcus. Emma pressed herself against the door. Her breath shallow. I know you're in there. Marcus's voice was silk over steel. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to make you an offer. Leave. Or I'm calling the police. Go ahead. Tell them Marcus Vance is at your door. They'll laugh. I own half the precinct. Emma's fingers hovered over her phone. 911. Just 3 numbers. 5 minutes, Marcus said. That's all I'm asking. You deserve to know who you really married. Against every instinct, Emma cracked the door open, chain lock still engaged. The man on the other side was younger than she expected. Mid-30s, handsome in a cruel way, with sharp cheekbones and calculating eyes. Ere she is, he said. The woman who broke Adrian Cross. I didn't break anyone. Not yet. But you will. He leaned closer. Let me in, Emma, or this conversation happens in front of your neighbors. She unlatched the chain. Marcus walked in like he owned the space, examining her sparse apartment with barely concealed disdain. Cozy, what do you want? He turned, hands in his pockets. Adrian didn't tell you the whole story, did he? I don't care. He killed someone. Emma's world stopped. You're lying, am I? Marcus pulled out his phone, swiping through screens. 2 years ago, his younger brother, Ethan, died in a car accident. Adrian was driving. Showed her a news article. Emma's hands shook as she read, "Local man dies in single car crash. Brother survives." It was ruled an accident, Marcus continued, but Adrian was drinking. He swerved to avoid something, he claims. Lost control. Ethan died on impact. Emma felt sick. Why are you telling me this? Because Adrian's been on a self-destruction spiral ever since. The business, the disguise, you. Marcus stepped closer. He doesn't want to save you, Emma. He wants to save himself. You're his redemption project. That's not, isn't it? Think about it. A broke nurse who sacrificed for him. It's poetic. It's neat. It absolves him. Get out. I'm offering you $3 million, Marcus said flatly. Walk away. Divorce him quietly. Disappear. He'll spiral again. I'll reclaim what's mine, and you'll be set for life. You want me to destroy him? I want you to free yourself. His smile was poison. Or do you actually think he loves you? The words cut deeper than Emma wanted to admit. He's using you, Marcus pressed. The medical bills? The contract? It's all control. He needs to fix something because he can't fix the fact that he killed his own brother. Get out. Marcus straightened his jacket. You have 48 hours? After that, the offer expires. And I'll make sure every news outlet knows exactly why Adrian married you. He left a business card on the counter and walked out. Emma stood frozen, her mind fracturing. Was it true? Was she just a pawn in Adrian's guilt-driven game? Her phone rang. Adrian again. She didn't answer. Instead, she searched for the accident. Found articles. Ethan Cross, age 23. Promising artist. Dead at the scene. Adrian Cross, driver hospitalized with minor injuries. Blood alcohol barely over the legal limit. Ruled accidental. But Emma saw the comments. The speculation. The accusations. His own brother. He should be in prison. Money buys everything, including innocence. Hours passed. Emma sat in the dark, Marcus's card burning a hole in her vision. $3 million. Her mother would never have to worry again. Neither would she. All she had to do was walk away from a man she barely knew. A man who'd lied about everything. Her phone buzzed. A text from Adrian. I know Marcus contacted you. Please, let me explain. Then another. I never meant for you to get caught in this. Another. You deserved better than me from the start. Emma's hands trembled. She dialed him. He answered on the first ring. Emma, did you kill your brother? Silence. Heavy and suffocating. It was an accident. That's not an answer. His voice broke. I was driving. I'd had 2 drinks. I thought I was fine. There was a deer in the road. I swerved. The car flipped. Ethan died. I lived. Emma closed her eyes. Every day since, I've wished it was me instead, Adrian continued. I destroyed my family. My parents won't speak to me. I threw myself into work, into making money, into anything that would make me forget. But it never worked. So you tested people. Strangers. I was looking for someone who could see past the money, past the guilt, past everything. I was looking for proof that I wasn't irredeemable, and you found me, I found you. So Marcus is right. I'm your redemption project. No, aren't I? At first, Adrian's voice cracked. Maybe, but Emma, you became more than that. You became the only person who made me want to be better. Instead of just feel better. Tears streamed down Emma's face. He offered me $3 million to leave you, cheered Adrian's. Sharp intake of breath. Are you going to take it? The question hung in the air, massive and terrifying. Emma thought about her mother, her debts, her exhaustion. She thought about the man in rags who'd whispered, "You don't know me." She thought about the wedding, the distance, the moments when Adrian looked at her like she was the only real thing in his manufactured world. I don't know, she whispered. Emma, I need time. To think, to figure out if any of this is real, or if we're both just drowning people clinging to each other. Take all the time you need. His voice was hollow. But know this. Whether you stay or go, your mother's treatment continues. Your debts are cleared. You get everything I promised. The only thing that changes is whether I get to keep hoping. Hoping for what? That someone might actually choose me when there's no contract forcing them to. The line went dead. Emma sat in the dark, Marcus's card in one hand, her wedding ring in the other 40-8 hours. She had 48 hours to decide between money and a man who might be her salvation or her destruction. Her phone buzzed again. Unknown number. A video file. She opened it. The footage was grainy, timestamped 2 years ago. A bar. Adrian and Ethan, laughing, drinks in hand, happy, alive. Then Adrian's face changed. Someone off camera. He stood, angry. Ethan tried to pull him back. The video cut. New footage. Adrian's car, speeding down a dark road, swerving, flipping, but before the impact, Emma saw it. Another car. Black. Forcing Adrian off the road. The video ended. A text appeared. It wasn't an accident. Marcus ran them off the road. He wanted Adrian's company. He killed Ethan. And now he wants you to finish the job. Anonymous Emma's blood turned to ice. She knew what she had to do. She grabbed her jacket and ran into the night, heading toward the one person who might finally tell her the whole truth or destroy her trying. Emma burst through the penthouse doors, her chest heaving. Adrian stood by the windows, silhouetted against the city lights, a glass of whiskey dangling from his fingers. He didn't turn. You came back. Someone sent me a video. Emma's voice shook. Of the accident. Adrian's shoulders tensed. There was another car. Marcus ran you off the road. The glass slipped from Adrian's hand, shattering against the marble. He finally turned, his face devastated. You weren't supposed to know why. Emma crossed to him. Why didn't you tell anyone? Because I had no proof. His voice cracked. By the time I woke up in the hospital, the other car was gone. No witnesses. No cameras. Just my word against his. And I had alcohol in my system. So you let everyone think that I killed my brother? Adrian's laugh was bitter. Because fighting Marcus meant dragging Ethan's name through the mud. Meant years of legal battles while my parents grieved. I took the blame. Let Marcus destroy me. Figured I deserved it anyway for not protecting Ethan. Emma's eyes burned. Who sent me the video? I don't know. Marcus has enemies. Maybe one of them finally, or maybe you sent it. Adrian froze. Did you? Emma demanded. Is this another test? Another manipulation? No, I don't believe you. I swear on Ethan's grave, don't. Emma's voice broke. Don't you dare use your dead brother to convince me. Adrian flinched like she'd struck him. Silence stretched between them. Sharp and suffocating. Don't know what's real anymore, Emma whispered. I don't know if you're a victim or a villain. I don't know if I'm saving you or destroying myself. Then leave. Adrian's voice went cold. Take Marcus's money. Disappear. Save yourself from whatever monster you think I am. Is that what you want? What I want doesn't matter. Answer the question. No. The word exploded from him. No, I don't want you to leave. I want you to stay. I want to wake up and have coffee with you. I want to hear about your terrible days at work. I want to fight with you about stupid things and make love to you and pretend for one single moment that I deserve something good. Emma's breath caught. But I won't trap you, Adrian continued, his voice breaking. I won't be another cage. So if you want to go, go. I'll make sure you're set for life either way. Emma's hands trembled. She pulled out her phone, opened her texts, and showed him Marcus's offer. $3 million. 48 hours. Adrian read it, his jaw tight. What's your answer? I don't want his money. Something flickered in Adrian's eyes. Hope, fear. But I need something from you first, Emma said.
Many things.
The truth. No games, no tests. Who are you really? Not the billionaire. Not the guilty brother. You. Adrian's mask crumbled. He sank onto the couch, head in his hands. I'm a coward. I'm someone who's been running from pain for so long, I forgot how to stop. I'm terrified every moment of every day that I'll destroy everything I touch. And you terrify me most of all. Why? Because you make me want to stop running. Emma sat beside him, close but not touching. I'm not your redemption, she said softly. I'm not a saint. I'm a broke, exhausted woman who said yes to a crazy contract because I was desperate. I know. But I also said yes because when I looked at you that night in the ER, I saw someone as broken as me, and broken people understand each other. Adrian lifted his head, his eyes red-rimmed. What are you saying? I'm saying we're both a mess. This whole thing is morally gray at best. But maybe that's okay. Maybe we don't need to be perfect. Maybe we just need to be honest. I can do honest, and be honest now. Do you love me? Or do you love the idea of me? Adrian took her hand, his thumb tracing her knuckles. I don't know. I know I think about you constantly. I know I panic when you're not here. I know that when you smile, I feel like I can breathe for the first time in 2 years. Is that love? Or just two broken people clinging to each other? I can't tell you. But I want to find out. Emma's eyes filled with tears. What if we can't fix each other? Then we'll be broken together. A laugh bubbled out of her, raw and real. That's the most depressing thing I've ever heard. But it's honest. Emma looked at their joined hands. At the ring she'd thrown away earlier, now back on her finger, because Adrian had clearly retrieved it. I'm scared, she admitted. Me too. Marcus will come after us. Let him. We'll face it together. This could blow up spectacularly. It probably will, and we might not make it. Adrian cupped her face, his touch gentle. Or we might. And isn't that worth trying for? Emma searched his eyes. She saw pain, guilt, fear, but she also saw something else. Something fragile and fierce. Possibility. One condition, she said. Name it. No more lies. No more secrets. We do this. We do it as equals. No more contracts. No more games, deal? And if it doesn't work, then we'll deal with that too. As partners, not as strangers bound by paper. Emma leaned in, her forehead resting against his. You're kind of a disaster, you know that. Takes one to know one. She kissed him. It was soft at first, tentative, like testing unstable ground. Then Adrian pulled her closer, and the kiss deepened. It became something desperate and real. When they broke apart, Emma was crying. I choose you, she whispered. Not the money. Not the easy way out. You, messy, complicated, broken you. Adrian's grip tightened. You'll regret it, probably. But I'm done playing it safe. Outside, the city glittered. Somewhere, Marcus was planning his next move. Somewhere, the press was sharpening their knives. Somewhere, a storm was building. But in that moment, two broken people held each other and pretended they were enough. The next morning, Emma called Marcus. Your offer. My answer is no. Silence. Then a low chuckle. You'll regret this, but it's my choice. Adrian will destroy you, or I'll save him. Either way, it's ours to figure out. She hung up. Adrian stood in the doorway, watching. He'll retaliate. I know. This won't be easy. Nothing worth having ever is. Adrian crossed to her, pulling her into his arms. Thank you, he whispered. For what? For choosing me when you had every reason not to? Emma smiled against his chest. Don't thank me yet. We haven't survived the fallout. We will. How do you know? Because for the first time in 2 years, I have something worth fighting for. Marcus tried to destroy them. The press circled. Old wounds reopened, but Emma and Adrian faced it together. Some nights were brutal. Fights that ended in slammed doors and bitter silence. Old traumas resurfacing at the worst moments. Other nights were beautiful. Whispered confessions in the dark. Laughter over burnt attempts at cooking. The slow, terrifying process of learning to trust. They saw a therapist. Separately and together. Worked through their demons, one painful session at a time. Emma returned to nursing, but on her terms. Adrian stepped back from his company, focusing on what actually mattered. They weren't perfect. They never would be, but they were real. 1 year after that stormy night in the ER, Emma found Adrian on the penthouse balcony, staring at the city. "You okay?" she asked. He turned, pulling her close. "I was just thinking about the day I walked into that hospital. I was testing humanity, looking for proof that anyone still cared, and you didn't just prove people care. You proved I was still worth caring about." Emma kissed him softly. "We saved each other. You saved me. I just got lucky enough that you let me return the favor." In the distance, lightning flickered. Another storm. But this time, they'd face it together. Not as a transaction, not as strangers, but as two broken people who chose each other anyway. And that, Emma realized, was the only kind of love worth having. The kind that survived because it was honest. The kind that endured because it was earned. The kind that lasted because it was chosen. Again and again. And again, the end.